So, which tuber do I have some drama with today? Beebee ASMR? Yeah, I'm thinking I do. And today I got prepared for you some megaphone ASMR. So Beebee, welcome to the club. All my Chadlets, give her a warm welcome and round of applause.
Oh my God!
Beebee ASMR. You do some of that, a little bit of this. ASMR artists, if you don't know, are very important to me, near and dear to my heart. What they do is more difficult than it seems. You think it's easy going on camera doing this and that, but if it's all you're known for, it's not enough, all right? These tubers know it as well as I do. All right, so what are we gonna talk about today? Attractive people. What do they look like? How do you find them? They're everywhere. The level of attraction really depends on the formidability of their face. If someone brings bad intentions forward, you can tell. And it's not always their fault, all right? Some people get a little bit upset from time to time. I'm gonna talk about a theory I have on attractiveness in yourself, all right? The sole metric of your face and the mirror. What you look like will change the more positive growth you go through. And this is not necessarily something I can prove other than to say, like, look at how people change through time. People you used to go to school with, people who you're with right now. So what does that mean for you? You're not having a very good time, maybe you get frustrated, you get angry. This means that you can change, and as you change, your face will too. That's a very important concept, very powerful. And eventually, a little air of magnetism might come along with that. So why would I bring attractiveness up in relation to Beebee ASMR? Look, Beebee, it's no secret, you're attractive. And I'm certainly not attracted to you. It's good to recognize this fact. You must create advice videos. Do this, speak what you want to speak, and the world will listen. So will I. One day we'll all be topside, living the high life, alright? Yacht parties, getting tubers' autographs. It's never gonna stop. You can even incorporate this into ASMR, and I think a lot of these ASMR tubers tend to get a bit carried away in, character building or just the off tapping or whatever. Some sort of noise interference is coming. You hear that? I'm not a tuber myself. I would never ascribe myself to the beliefs and ideologies of a tuber, but from a tuber to a fellow content creator, all right? I love to hear it, all right? I really do. If you say something off your mind that you've been feeling and you think other people can relate to, that's how you start connecting people. People don't connect through similar interests as well as they do shared sentiments towards ideas. Your interests are malleable, for sure. You gotta keep that in mind. You can always change, and so can your spouse or whoever, your friends. They can always change that stuff. Transcending competence is a real issue because a lot of people on the confidence spectrum, which is everybody, you're gonna land at low self-esteem, high self-esteem, maybe somewhere in the middle, you're working on it. Some people can reach high self-esteem and go over, breaking the wall of what confidence truly is. I don't like to really construe the idea of mental illness as a product of failure. I've seen that idea being thrown around before. It's like massive amounts of failure breaks a man to this or that. That can certainly happen. But what can also have the same effect is tremendous amounts of success. Learn when to ground yourself. It's important that you do. Sorry, I just did something. I was busy, but just a second ago, but I came back to finish the episode. You can definitely transcend biology for sure, like a self-sustaining body, like how, plants chloroform, the Iron Man sort of gig, something like that, I also had a theory that this would be the promise of alien life. I think, if there's two different types of aliens that we know of, all right, I'm sure you guys can fill in the blanks with that sort of stuff. I think everybody has what somebody wants, and the connecting medium of this would be humanity. And you can really construe that how you want to. It's not really relevant to the episode other than transcendental ideologies, which is really important when talking about what we're going to do as a species. Because if we're not moving forward past things that hinder us or inhibit us in certain ways, then what are we actually doing? Beebee, this is advice for you. You start giving advice on the platform, that's great, all right? Or just you can direct it to whoever you want to. I tend to direct my advice to tubers and the audience, mix it up a little bit, both parties, you know what I mean. But for you, I would say a big issue that a lot of tubers tend to face is not knowing how to separate themselves from the audience. And this is really present with ASMR artists. You know, if they post a comment and then you feel obliged to heart react the comment that they posted because you feel like either you're gonna lose their interest or make them feel bad, that's another thing in itself, and it creates a very obsessive cycle. So beebee, all right, I have a fantastic concept for you. It's called the tuber feedback loop. All right, it's got your face on it and everything. So you got figure 1. Seeks loneliness for connection, a feedback loop to the subscriber who also seeks connection for loneliness, all right? You could really argue with beebee, it may not be loneliness, it could also be boredom. And then figure 2, you got a distraction from reality, the bleak truth, separation, the cascade of binary, accessed through the laptops. Learn when to disengage. Tubers, streamers, and viewers get caught up in this tornado. It creates addiction out of desperation, so you best wise up. You can do it. Okay guys, we're gonna go to the YouTuber hierarchy of needs to look at some of the awesome tiers that beebee ASMR is gonna land on. For beebee, obvious clout and outreach, or maybe even put it down to creating actual content, just because I see so much potential in what she has to say. But how you do this is up to you. And ultimately, my advice is that you should do this. Alright guys, so yeah, that's gonna do it for today's episode of ZooTube. My name is Chad, and I will see you next time.